Last summer, we won the SPL League after beating Celtic at Celtic Park to ensure we end their reign of dominance and take back the lead of the most league titles in the history of the Scottish Leagues. But we've had 3 more games since then. We've now got a Scottish Cup final to complete the Scottish Domestic Treble, which, if we do, would mean we've had a very, very successful first season and only season at Rangers in the beta save. So the question is, can we finish the beta with a bang? And how do we get on in the 3 games we've had since we last met? Ironically enough, the first game we had was a 1-0 defeat against Dundee. Yeah, this was not great. Their goalkeeper had an 8.1 rating. I'm just going to show you the goalkeeping stats. He faced 12 shots, he parried 6, he's hit 1, he's held 5 of those. So Dundee have a good goalkeeper apparently. And given we're taking on Dundee in the cup final, this might be an issue, even if he's only considered a 2-star goalkeeper by our backroom team. And would be a practical signing because of his homegrown status in nation. So, not ideal. And then you look at Butland and he faced just 1 shot and didn't save it. Admittedly, it was apparently a mistake from William Clem that let this go in, or let the chance be created, so it's not ideal. Mikey Moore also got injured inside 16 minutes and is going to miss the rest of the season, including the final, having finished the season on 10 goals. So it's not ideal, but it's also not the end of the world. He's also only 18, so I can't exactly say he was going to be staying with us long term when Tottenham going to keep him. So a good season for him, and that's his departing gift, is literally getting in inside 60 minutes, so it's not ideal, is it really? Still, we should have done better with the chance we had. The fact that you saw the 12 shots and what the keeper did with them says it all, I think. But there you go. We should have done a lot better. Yes, the XG was not great, but we should have at least got a goal, right? Well, we made up for that by beating Falkirk by 4-0 in the next game. Yeah, another home game, another victory. This time we did better. 24 shots, 2.83 XG, and 4 goals. So, again, we could have done better. Tavernier also scored and had an assist coming on for the bench. No, he started the game. He's actually signed a new contract. Probably not my best move, considering he is now 34 and is on... He's actually cut his wages down. He also is now an important player. So that wasn't my best move. But I'm also not thinking long term. I'm thinking short term to make sure he's at the club still. He'll end his career at the club as far as I'm concerned, or as far as I'm aware. So, no idea what's going to happen after the save. I'm not going to do any 5-year into the future thing. There's no point. I'm literally on 1 season and I'm going to win every single trophy as much as I can. I just need to make sure we do win that cup final, so I can at least say I have no regrets about this season. Even if my short-termism might come back to bite me or the club in the future. Who knows? Either way, 4-0 win, a good result. And the last game we had was a 2-0 victory against Kilmarnock. Tavernier scoring again, this time coming on from the bench, and that was good. And Bashromi scored the opening goal inside 6 minutes. Kilmarnock couldn't really stop us. They had 8 shots on goal, 3 on target, but not great from their point of view. We had 27 shots, only 8 on target, so we actually had the same amount of shots on target as they had in total. So not great from our point of view. We need to do better with that if we're going to win the cup final. And nobody had a good rating. I say good rating. Nobody had a rating above a 7.7, which is a Tolkien, or 7.8, sorry. So Bashromi, with his goal, got that rating. And Tolkien, despite not really getting involved in much in the attacking side of things, actually still had a really good rating. So clearly he was enjoying himself. And it might be the progressive passes that's done the damage here. Yeah, he had 14. And mostly Conor Barron had more, but he also wasn't particularly accurate with his crosses. Neither was Tolkien, to be fair. I don't know what to make of that. Either way, I'm looking at these stats and going from here. It's good. I don't know why he got the high average rating, but okay. Also, might be the throw-ins, and he's a set-piece merchant. Yeah, okay, that might be the thing. Either way, we won this game for our last league game of the year, and it was good. That being said, we won the league in the end by 13 points. Celtic also lost the game, so they actually had more losses than draws this year. We won 30, drew 4, lost 4. Ironically enough, 2 defeats each against Celtic and Dundee. I don't know what it is about Dundee that I can't seem to break down sometimes, but yeah, after they beat us, they've lost their last 2 games, so clearly they weren't exactly an amazing team, and only finished in 6th place, which makes it a bit more annoying. Only 1 point clear Dundee, despite the fact that it was the relegation champions group, so good on them, I suppose. But at the end of the day, it doesn't matter. Livingston went down. Motherwell are in the relegation playoff, and they've taken St Johnstone. They do lead 2-1. I don't know when that game is happening. I also don't care enough to find out, if I'm honest with you. But I know some people are going to care about that sort of stuff, so I will point out, actually, it's the 24th. It's literally the day after our game, so we can find it out if you guys are interested. I'll probably do it anyway, just being the safe side. But we take on Dundee today, and I'm actually going to go over some stuff because I'm going to try and find, here we go, previous meetings. So we've taken them on 4 times. We've won both of them at Ibrox. Well, we won 2 at Ibrox, but also lost at Ibrox. So we lost at their ground 3-1. It's the only defeat we had. And actually, if you look at this, 4-4 in the 4 matches. So on average, we've only scored a goal against them, but they've also only scored a goal against us as well. They've only scored against us twice, and we've only failed to score against them once. So maybe that's not ideal going into the final, but I'm not so concerned either. And I think we could definitely do a good job here. I actually wanted to go to that before we got to the final and go over some bits and pieces anyway. But now we are here, I'm going to go and play this final. So my team hopefully will be good. Ashgard is back, but is not be fully fit. So Gassama is going to start instead of him. I kind of know my team at this point and who is going to be in this game. So Butland, Aarons, Dijaya, and Cornelius. So those 3 players are going to have their last games because I don't think... Can I buy them? I can't believe I'm just thinking this now. I don't think I want to buy Aarons, do I? Loan club? No. Doesn't look like it. On loan from Bournemouth. Well, it expires in literally 8 days. So it wouldn't make a difference. So I couldn't buy Aarons if I wanted to. Could I buy you? Also, is there 40 grand again? On loan from Wolves. Is there a... I don't think there is a clause that would say we can buy him, so no. And can we get Cornelius? This is the last one. I actually don't know. We're only paying him 12 grand. He's on loan from Marseille. Ah, this is the one we can buy a player from. 3.5 million. Is he worth the 3.5 million though? I think the Canadian and the registration thing might be the issue there. But he is left-footed, so he would make sense to try it, potentially. I'm also not going to. We got Mahoma, who we've got a loan from Brentford. Can we buy him? No, not the end of the world. It expires in 8 days. And Mikey Moore being the last one. Obviously, we're not going to be able to buy him, because let's be honest, he was never the plan there. But yeah, we got those players on loan, and we'll be doing things. Also, Sutter is back from his... has actually signed a new contract as well, so there's that. He's on the bench for this game. And Sterling was injured as well. He is... I'm not going to really throw him in, despite the fact I could probably do that. Actually, I will. I'll put him on the bench for Macoma. So this would be my team. Butland, Aarons, Zadija, Cornelius, Tolkien, Clem, Cameron, Diamande, Antman, Gassama, and Gimetti. Diamande wanted by Leicester and El Hilal, with Butland wanted by Ipswich. Kelly, Sutter, Rothwell, Bajrami, Ashgard, Dow, who I actually am letting go at the end of this contract, so there's that. Doesn't hurt at the end of the day. Mioski, Taverny, and Sterling are all on the bench. So, a few options to work with. I think we can win. I want to win this because I want to be able to say I won all 3 competitions in my only season in the save at Rangers. Because if I don't, I feel slightly embarrassed about it. But there you go. Can we complete the treble in our first and only season in the save in Scotland? Let's find out. Alright, so Dundee have made 4 changes for this game, which is understandable. This is their biggest game of their season, because there's nothing else they can really aim for winning, is there, given they finished in 6th place. But if they can beat us, then great. We'll be annoyed, but we should win this game, let's be honest. And here we are in the cup final. Hopefully, we make sure we don't do anything silly. We actually are playing a away kit for this final, which I was a bit surprised about, but I guess it also makes sense that is the case. But Dundee have been my bogey team in this save. You'd think Celtic would be, because we've also lost the same amount against the Celtic, but I don't know what it is about Dundee that we just can't figure out at times, but hopefully we can actually do a good job this time around and make sure we don't do anything silly. I'm actually going to check something. So this is what Dundee are doing out of possession. I actually can respect it. They're going for, instead of a 4-3-3, they're going for 4-1-4-1 formation out of defense. And for whatever reason, we can't seem to break it down. We haven't even had a shot until now. And this is the first highlight of the game. So it's taken over 10 minutes to get our first highlight, or at least our first shot on goal. And it's now taken 70 minutes to get our first highlight of the game. And Ingram is on the ball. They are really causing us issues. And I don't know who that was. Gassama got absolutely done by Ingram and Button with a save. Ingram was a pain there. I don't know why Button's running across the face of his own goal like that, because that could have gone badly wrong. Maybe I need to figure out a plan to get past that 4-1-4-1 formation. Unless we could do that here. We also lost 1-0 last time out to them. And that is probably not going to play in my mind, but it might play in the minds of the players unless they decide to figure things out. Oh, that's a good ball to Gassama. Chimiti, goal! Oh, Ant-Man scored. That's the opening goal. We need a bit of luck. And I'll take it. I will say McCracken's a bit unlucky that hits literally gone straight to Trimity from his own save. Oi, oi, oi. Gassama has been a pain. He's had some moments of madness at times, but do I feel bad? Yeah, I feel slightly bad with the goalkeeper there. There's not much I can do about that situation, is there? Here we are now. Corner. Tolkien to take. We can definitely do some damage from set pieces. We've done it in the past. Headed away only as far as Cameron, who could have gone for goal, didn't. Here's Diamande though. Tolkien goes for goal himself. Oh my god, that's his first ever goal for the club. What a time to get it, by the way. Wowzers. He's taken the corner himself. It's been cleared away, but he's just making himself available. The space he has, by the way, for Diamande to find him, and he's taken on with his second touch, and McCracken cannot get to it. Magnificent goal. We are now talking to run with the ball. That goal he's scored to give us the bit of boost we need, the extra comfort, is so useful. It makes me feel a bit more happy about things, but he's out of position now because that long ball back to Wesley, and Wesley is able to run freely, and probably for the best he missed that. Okay, so an opportunity to make it 3 before half-time would be lovely. Cornelius, Tolkien and Clem are actually tired, which is a bit alarming, considering they've had a week off, but I guess it makes sense to how much they've been working with. That's a bit of a questionable pass, and Cameron's not got to it. It's been intercepted, but that looked like a free kick from here. And it said that they're scrambling to contain us. I don't know, that felt like us being a bit panicked there. But we lead at half-time by 2-0. We've been a better team. Can we keep this up? Also, 70% possession. That's the kind of football I love to have. I love to have possession and go from there. And 2 goals in 3 minutes or 4 minutes has completely turned the game on its head, really, as far as I'm concerned. We're in the second half now, and I think we can definitely continue to do ourselves justice and make sure we win this game to complete the domestic treble. Which, honestly, until I got to the stage where I could actually say we can win it, I wasn't really thinking much about it. But I am happy we've got that point, and Ant-Man scores! Oh my word! That has not taken long at all to confirm our status here as the best team in this competition. Wow, alright, I didn't think we'd actually get this so early, but there we go. Tolkien, Diamande, and oh my god, has it literally been one of those? It has, hasn't it? Oh, Samuels has missed it completely, and Ant-Man's got a free header. That is terrible defending. They're falling apart, Dundee. Okay, so Tolkien on the ball with a throw. His throws can be so dangerous at times. Aaron's probably going to come off soon in his last ever game for us. And Tolkien finds Diamande. It's Chamiti. Clem. Tolkien. Oh my word. Oh, he should have got down target at the bare minimum. That's a good chance. We've made 4 changes so far. Tolkien 1 card for being suspended. Okay, that's fine. But Tavernier on the ball now. So we've got Tavernier and Tolkien, who are both really good set-piece weapons. Wasn't his best cross, but here we are now. Suta goes for goal. Keeper forced him to make it a save. And we are still trying to get more goals to ensure our dominance here. And here is Tolkien. This is what I want. I have both my fullbacks being very dangerous set-piece weapons. I just need to find a replacement for Tavernier. Longer term, as Sutter's hit the post. Oh boy. So we've made our 4 substitutes. Sterling's on the pitch now at left back. His first game since his injury recent times. Here's Waffrell. Out to Sterling. This squad will need a bit of work in the next summer. Not that I'm going to be continuing to save anyway after this final. But you need to get a new right back. Probably a new centre back or 2. We'll probably need a few other positions filled up as well, or more strength and depth generally, but here we are. Tavernier with the free kick. It's not the best, but Sutas hit the post anyway. And the keeper, I think, but they survive. I honestly don't mind. I think striker-wise, we may be okay. But I'm also realising that maybe a bit too much to talk about with that situation. But we're about to win the Scottish Cup final and complete the domestic treble, and I am delighted by it. Ladies and gentlemen, we win the Scottish Cup. Happy days. We've won everything, and I can't complain to say the least. That's everything I can win in the top flight of Scotland, apart from European competitions, in my first year. I definitely cannot complain. And here we go! Hooray! We win. I feel good about that now. I am just going to say here now, I'm delighted we got this done, and that I don't have to have any regrets going into this save. Apart from maybe having his contract, but apart from that, that's one of those things. We've won everything. We've done everything we need to do. Happy, happy days. Now to see what else happens, and apparently we're now in the Hall of Fame. Okay, cool. We literally got in the Scotland Hall of Fame with that victory. Alright, cool. So winning everything gets you into the Scotland Hall of Fame, does it? Oh, also Villa won the Europa League final. This is actually something I can talk about now. They beat Porto in the finals. We're actually the team that knocked us out, got to the final anyway. So it wasn't even like we were unlucky or anything to have missed out. They genuinely deserved to be in that final. They just lost anyway. So there's that. I tell you what, I wasn't actually expecting to find myself in the favourite personnel after completing the domestic treble. That says a lot. We didn't even do much. We've only been here for 1 year, already in there. So I guess you could say we've done a good job, right? Also, I love the fact it says custom formations, even though I'm literally just using one formation the entire time. Clearly there's a bit wrong with that, and there you go. But look at the tendencies we now have. Players attacking football, possession style of football, make the most set pieces, play entertaining football, play energetic football, paying close attention to youth development, shaping players to become competent to play in positions they're not natural at, highly driven, inspires others. I have no idea what to expect at this point in time, but we can say that we've done a good job. So let's now go over the stats while we're here. And we only had 3 players making 55 starts or more, 50 starts or more. There were players who played a lot more games. Look at Cornelius playing 58 games, but it won't show here. Aaron's plays 65 games, 10 from the bench, but Button was the only player to play every single game for me. So there's that. But then we look at the goals scored and goals and assists and all that stuff. Chimiti got 39 goals in 49 games with 13 assists, so 52 goal contributions at that time. We had 6 players get 10 goals, another player get 9, and Tavernier getting 8. So we had 8 players getting 8 or more goals this year. And then we go to assists, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 players getting 10 or more assists, and 9 players getting 8 or more assists. So that's good. And Chimiti was easily our best player. If he could have done that in real life, I know in real life he's actually barely scored. So So that's kind of ironic that I got involved in this save, but maybe it's also ironic that we did dominate as much as we have done. So there's that. Either way, we got to the quarterfinal Europa League and won every domestic trophy. I think I can say that's a job well done here. All I wanted to do was do better than Russell Martin, and I've kind of done that and then some. So happy days. Also, for those who are interested in the relegation playoff, Motherwell did survive. They won 4-2 to win 6-3 overall. Diamande, Sterling, Aarons, Kelly, Sutter, and Cornelius are all called up for the World Cup. So good for them. Good for them. I'm not going to show you who won the World Cup because I also don't care this save. It's not like it's going to make a difference in the long run. I'm also curious, do you guys want to see who else did well in the other Scottish leagues? Because there's a team that's going to be promoted. Who won the league? So Ross County won the Scottish Championship in the end, and Airdrie was the one who were relegated. I know their history as well. It is interesting to me to see how much has happened coming by. I'm still surprised by some history that I see sometimes in Scotland, but I'm also interested by where it can go longer term. In the Scottish League 1, Inverness are going to be promoted back to the Championship. Montrose and Alloa are both going down. Montrose losing the playoff is interesting. And in League 2, East Kilbride and Stirling Albion are promoted. I remember doing a save of Stirling Albion, or at least done my genuine career where I was the Stirling manager and I got them 2 promotions in a row and got stuck in the Championship before I left for another team. I think it was Hearts. But Dumbarton getting relegated is a surprise. I know Edinburgh City have got their 15-point deduction, which probably makes it a bit more embarrassing for Dumbarton, but even so, they lost in the playoff to Bunningwick Rose, so not a good look for the former Scottish Premier League champions, is it? But since we won everything that we could win apart from European competitions, I am content to leave it here. I hope you guys have enjoyed this. I hope you guys will like and share this video and that you subscribe to the channel. It really does help me out a lot. But anyway, until next time, goodbye and well, good night.